Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been meeting with the leader of the opposition to discuss forming a unity government. Willem Marks has been following that meeting. He joins us now from West Jerusalem. So is it now confirmed, Willem, that this government has been agreed to?
Yes, it is now confirmed. The National Unity Party, that is the second largest opposition party inside the Israeli Knesset with 12 members, they have now formally agreed to join an emergency government with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party and two other far-right parties inside his coalition. Just to give you some details about it, though, Sammy, in terms of who's involved in this, there will be what's known as a war cabinet that's being set up. That will involve Netanyahu, Benny Gantz, the former defense minister, also the former chief of staff of the Israeli army and the head of that National Unity Party, the defense minister, Yoav Gallant, as well as another former chief of staff of the Israeli military, Gadi Eisenkot, who belongs to that same National Unity Party, and also the former Israeli ambassador, Ron Dermer, to the United States, also from that National Unity Party headed by Benny Gantz. Those five will form what's known as a security cabinet. They will be the ones essentially helping to prosecute the war in, we assume, Gaza. And then there'll be a wider addition to their political security cabinet, the regular cabinet here, essentially. That will be 5 members, including those 3 from the National Unity Party. They will be the ones that will be deciding perhaps larger issues of policy around perhaps conflict with Lebanon, other issues outside of this current conflict, at least.
All right, let's talk about the powers that this government will have.
This will be very much, Sammy, about how they strategize and how they execute on military orders. The idea there will be a smaller group of individuals, just 5 of them inside that war cabinet, deciding what the Israeli military does over the course of the next days and weeks. In theory, will be designed to help speed up decision-making. In practice, will mean there'll be perhaps fewer voices at the table who might have questions around the way things are being prosecuted. What's really important for Netanyahu, of course, is to have these 2 very experienced men, Benny Gantz and Mr. Eisenkot, both of them former heads of the Israeli army, sat in that room with him, providing advice, and obviously, I would imagine, sharing their own opinions on the best course of action for the Israelis.
And if you can talk us through looking at the members who's in the government, you know, what happened with the question of Gantz versus Itamar Ben-Gvir, some of the far-right members, what it means for the future of Netanyahu. Distill it for us, Willem, as much as you can.
Right, so Ben-Gvir, the national security minister here, the head of a far-right party that allows Mr. Netanyahu as prime minister to have a governing majority inside the parliament, he will remain inside that broader cabinet that may have jurisdiction over larger national conversations, but he's being excluded from that war cabinet. He's someone that seemingly has not been thrilled at the prospect of this happening, but seemingly under pressure either from members of his own party or more likely from Likud party members, those that obviously work with Netanyahu inside his own party, seems to have backed away from that moment. What that will mean long-term for Netanyahu, really thorny question to try and answer. It could threaten the long-term viability, though, of his governing majority once this conflict, if this conflict at some point calms down.
Make sure to subscribe to a channel to the latest news from RDZ World News.